Coming off an 8-day hunt in Washington and staring at an 11 to 12-hour drive, I couldn't help but burn the miles by looking back on all the great memories hunting has provided me over the years. My dad had me hunting and fishing as early as I can remember. As soon as I was big enough to hold a gun, I was shooting gophers and jackrabbits and coyotes and eventually deer. When I graduated from high school, I stopped hunting. I was going to college, I started a career, I started a family, and I was in my 30s before I got back into it again. I had never archery hunted before, and I had only hunted elk one time when I was 15. But that's what we decided to do, and once we started, there was no looking back. We had season after season of mistakes and missed opportunities. It was like we were learning how to hunt all over again. And after so many years of not punching a tag, it's hard not to wonder, what will go wrong this season? What mistake will I make this year? But this time, I didn't feel that way. I practiced more than I have ever practiced, and I was shooting distances I had never shot before. Heading into this Montana hunt, I knew this time it would be different.
Want to get out of the road. I don't know if he can see to get.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Like, those lights are so bright.
There.
Yeah.
We didn't have to be there not too early. I mean, it made it better, but. What do we have down below? 6 or 8 this morning already?
7.
7? Huh. 13 freaking bucks. Looks like they're coming this way. I think we need to get ourselves up on top of this hill. See him?
Yeah.
Oh, is that another one or the same one?
I don't know, that's the one I was looking at.
Come on, you dirty bastard. Hop your happy ass over here. Come on. Let's go back down. No, you bastard. That's a different one. Just a little guy. Even better. Raghorn.
Well, he's not bad. He's a nice 5.
Yeah, he's on the right side of the fence. To, but I don't know.
It's a lot of open space. But he's already in the open. Right. It's the first morning of a Montana Archery trip. We came to the same place that we ended our trip on last year. It's a big chunk of private next to some public. There's a lot of animals on the private. We were able to pull some over last year, so we thought we'd give it a shot again today. It's probably right around 9:30. We have 5 bulls now. None of them were here when we started. We have 500 bulls now that are 5 bulls that are 600 yards across an opening, that have been bugling back and forth. They've come out. We've got a few little shots of them, but obviously they don't want to come across the 600 yards. It's completely open. But we ran into the same thing last year, so right now we're just kind of trying to coax them and keep them interested, probably let them bed, and then see like around middle of the day if maybe we can fire them back up again. But it's a good start. Nothing close and nothing that we can go after right at the moment, but there is another piece that wraps around the backside of this private that if we can't make anything happen either today or by this afternoon, we haven't decided yet, we're going to go give that a shot, because it's about 900 yards away from where they are right now. But it's got some water and some other things, and it's downhill, so we think it might be, it's timbered, so we wouldn't be trying to call them across like a 600-yard sagebrush flat. So that's the plan. We're going to see how this turns out over the next couple of hours, and then we'll figure out what the rest of the day is going to look like. Day 1. So I forgot to mention that right when we got in here this morning, there weren't any elk, but we've seen a total of 13 white-tailed bucks. So it's been pretty cool to watch them. It was kind of hard to get video because it was right at first light, so the camera, and they were a ways out there, they were probably, 300 yards out there or so at first. 2 different groups, but it was pretty cool to be able to see them. They were all bucks, which was nuts. But we did see those this morning too. So we've got deer in here as well. And last year we saw a bear, a sow, and a cub. So fingers crossed we can make something happen. This year I have a bear tag. Last year I didn't. So we better see some more bears. That's all. I can't figure out the time lapse thing.
Is this videoing?
I think so, but I'm hoping it's on time lapse. I'm going to let it go for just a minute. There's no sound on time lapse.
Oh, you want to filter my potty mouth?
Yeah, man.
I get it. You ever tried these Snickers peanut butter?
Yeah. I could eat those all day.
I know. Yes, I think so. Oh, shit, he's turning back. Well, it's a cow, I think. Oh, because he heard that other bull. Yeah, he's got that other bull behind him. Okay, don't move too much. Okay, I'm just gonna shift. Okay, he's looking back. So you can go lift, move a little bit now. The big one's gonna cross, maybe. There's more coming out. What? The little one's walking in. I mean... Is the little guy following him? He's over. Big guy just came over. Okay, quick update to end the day. It's a pretty slow day overall. Around 2 o'clock, we heard some bugles, started calling back, cow called. Eventually we did get the herd bull, a spike, and a cow to come to the edge of the timber. Got a little bit of video of them. We hadn't really gotten a good look at the herd bull, so that was the first time we kind of saw him, so that was cool. But they weren't willing to commit to anything. It was like 80 degrees today or close to it, so they didn't really want to get out in the open. So then it was pretty quiet until about 5 o'clock. We moved down just a little bit and started calling. After about 30 minutes or so, there was nothing, a few bugles, but really nothing. All of a sudden a raghorn just like came out of the timber running on his way to us. And he got about halfway and then stopped, and there was a fence there, and he would not cross that fence. But while we continued to call, well, then the rest of the herd came out, the herd bull, and was there 8? Not 9, including the raghorn?
Yep.
Okay, so 9 altogether. So 8 more came out, cows, spikes, calves, and a herd bull. We called to them, they milled around like they wanted to come, but that fence, they just would not cross that fence. We thought maybe they were going to go to water, so as soon as they kind of went into another patch of timber, we took off, like basically on a run, to try to get in front of them and cut them off. Well, they didn't go to the water on public. They probably went to the water on private, but they headed down this ridge that we were on. So we sat over there, called a little bit more. We saw 5 more elk, separate group, probably half a dozen turkeys and 2 more white-tailed bucks. We watched them for a while, called. Those elk didn't have any interest, and that's it. That kind of wraps it up. So it's probably 6:45 or so. We're gonna hike out. Maybe we'll see something on the way, and then tomorrow morning we're probably gonna come back here, but we're just probably gonna try to come from another angle and see if we can come through the timber versus trying to get these elk to cross this open sage flat. So that's it. It's a good day. Just no opportunities yet. We were just walking out and we just found our herd. And maybe they're headed this way. I don't know how much light we have left. Probably 15 minutes, so. There she is. Oh my gosh. Wow.